परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द 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 परमशिवोऽहम्
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
श्रीनित्यनन्दात बन्धो भस्मलिप्ताङ्गगाङ्गेय कारुण्य सिन्धो श्रीनित्यनन्दात बन्धो भस्मलिप्ताङ्गगाङ्गेय कारुण्य सिन्धो श्रीनित्यनन्दात बन्धो रुद्राक्षधारिन् नमस्ते रौद्ररोगं हरत्वं परारेर्गुरोर्मे रुद्राक्षधारिन् नमस्ते रौद्ररोगं हरत्वं परारेर्गुरोर्मे राकेन्दुवक्त्रं भवन्तं माररूपं कुमारं भजे कामपूरम् राकेन्दुवक्त्रं भवन्तं माररूपं कुमारं भजे कामपुरम् श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दार्तबन्धो मां पाहि रोगादघोरात् मङ्गलापाङ्गपादेन भङ्गात् स्वराणां मां पाहि रोगादघोरात् मङ्गलापाङ्गपादेन भङ्गात् स्वराणां कालाच्च दुष्पाककुलात् कालकालस्य सूनुं भजे क्रान्तसानुम् कालाच्च दुष्पाककुलात् कालकालस्य सूनुं भजे क्रान्तसानुम् श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दार्तबन्धो ब्रह्मादयो यस्य शिष्या ब्रह्मपुत्रा गिरौ यस्य सोपानभूता ब्रह्मादयो यस्य शिष्या ब्रह्मपुत्रा गिरौ यस्य सोपानभूता सैन्यं सुराक्ष्वापि सर्वे सामवेदादिगेयं भजे नित्यानन्दम् सैन्यं सुराक्ष्वापि सर्वे सामवेदादिगेयं भजे नित्यानन्दम् श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दार्तबन्धो काषाय संवीतगात्रं कामरोगादिसंहारि भिक्षान्नपात्रं काषाय संवीतगात्रं कामरोगादिसंहारि भिक्षान्नपात्रं कारुण्यसम्पूर्णनेत्रं शक्तिहस्तं पवित्रं भजे नित्यानन्दम् कारुण्यसम्पूर्णनेत्रं शक्तिहस्तं पवित्रं भजे नित्यानन्दम् श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरुनित्यानन्दा नमस्ते श्रीनित्यानन्दार्तबन्धो श्रीनित्यशैले वसन्तं साधुसङ्गस्य रोगान् सदा संहरन्तं श्रीनित्यशैले वसन्तं साधुसङ्गस्य रोगान् सदा संहरन्तम् ओंकारतत्त्वं वदन्तं शम्भुकर्णे हसन्तं भजेऽहं शिशुन्तम् ओंकारतत्त्वं वदन्तं शम्भुकर्णे हसन्तं भजेऽहं शिशुन्तम् श्री नित्यानंदा नमस्ते गुरु नित्यानंदा नमस्ते श्री नित्यानंदा नमस्ते गुरु नित्यानंदा नमस्ते श्री नित्यानंदार्थ बंधो स्तोत्रं कृतं चित्रचित्रं दीक्षितानन्दरामेण सर्वार्थसिद्ध्यै स्तोत्रं कृतं चित्रचित्रं दीक्षितानन्दरामेण सर्वार्थसिद्ध्यै भक्त्या पठेत्यः प्रभाते देवदेव प्रसादात् लभेदाष्टसिद्धिम् भक्त्या पठेत्यः प्रभाते देवदेव प्रसादात् लभेदाष्टसिद्धिम् श्रीनित्यानन्दार्थबन्धो भस्मलिप्ताङ्गगाङ्गेय कारुण्यसिन्धो श्रीनित्यानन्दार्थबन्धो भस्मलिप्ताङ्गगाङ्गेय कारुण्यसिन्धो श्रीनित्यानन्दार्थबन्धो श्री नित्यानन्दा नमस्ते गुरु नित्यानन्दा नमस्ते வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே சோனமலை வந்துதித்த நித்யானந்தனே சோனமலை வந்துதித்த நித்யானந்தனே ஒரு ஞான குரு ஆனவனே நித்யானந்தனே
ஜீவன் சிவனாக மாற்றி அவ்வியாத்மனோடு சேர்த்து ஜீவன் சிவனாக மாற்றி அவ்வியாத்மனோடு சேர்த்து ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை காட்டும் நித்யானந்தனே
நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே ஞானமெனும் ஆனந்த தீபம் ஏற்றியே ஞானமெனும் ஆனந்த தீபம் ஏற்றியே எங்கள் வாழ்வில் இன்ப ஜோதியான நித்யானந்தனே
அகந்தையற்ற காம குரோதம் அனைத்தும் இங்கு மாய்ந்து போக அகந்தையற்ற காம குரோதம் அனைத்தும் இங்கு மாய்ந்து போக தியானந்தனை தானமாக தந்த தெய்வமே
நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே
நித்யானந்தனே.
நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. ஆனந்த கந்த வாசம் செய்யும் எம்மையே இங்கு ஆட்சி செய்யும் ஆதிதேவன் நித்யானந்தனே.
ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தம் ஆரோக்கியம் பக்தி ஸ்புரணம். ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தம் ஆரோக்கியம் பக்தி ஸ்புரணத்தோடு தியான சிகிச்சை தந்த நித்யானந்தனே.
நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. அகமாகி ஜெகமாலும் ஆதிசக்தி நீ நித்ய அவதாரமாய் வந்து வாழும் சக்தி நீ.
வல்வினைகள் வீட்டிடவே கொண்ட துயர் மாய்த்திடவே. வல்வினைகள் வீட்டிடவே கொண்ட துயர் மாய்த்திடவே வாழ்வின் பொருளாக நின்ற நித்திய சக்தி நீ.
நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. ஞானபீட தாரகையாம் நித்யானந்தனே எங்கள் வாழ்வில் சாரமானவனே நித்யானந்தனே.
ஞான கருத்திலே திளைத்து வாழ்வில் பற்றுதல் கடக்க. ஞான கருத்திலே திளைத்து வாழ்வில் பற்றுதல் கடக்க தாளினையே பற்றுகின்றோம் நித்யானந்தனே.
நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. நித்யானந்தனே நீ பரபிரம்மானந்த ஞானி ஆனந்தானுபவத்தை இங்கு அருள வந்த சாமி. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே. வெள்ளிமலை கைலை விட்டு நித்யானந்தனே தங்கமலை அருணை வந்தாய் நித்யானந்தனே.
नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the living, practicing Hindus, everyone sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Conscious sovereignty not only brings you the freedom, it brings right purpose for your freedom. Not just health, right reason why you should be healthy. Not just wealth, right reason why you should be wealthy. Not just freedom, right reason what for you need freedom, what kind of freedom you need. Understand? Not just powers, what kind of powers you need for your fulfillment. Not just freedom, bringing the purpose for your freedom. Not just bliss, bringing the purpose for your existence. I tell you, the beauty of conscious sovereignty is the moment you hear this truth, get initiated, your inner space expands to that level. You can never go back to the old past, same old personality or identity. You can never back to be same old. That is why that initiation is always called, Shakti Pada is always called, giving you second birth, rebirth. Initiated one who got the Shakti Pada is called Dvija, reborn. Because once you receive Shakti Pada, you can never go back to the same old existence, same old identity. Once in a while you can have mood swing, that's your freedom. But you can never go back to be the same person. Listen. The most beautiful absolutely beautiful thing that can happen to life is constantly delete past, constantly upgrade yourself. The more and more you get into a space where you cannot go back to your past, the more and more you will find higher way of existing, higher form of existing. Listen, I have seen some of the most beautiful beings in my life. My own Guru, Arunagiri Yogeshwara himself. An extraordinarily beautiful and graceful. I have seen most graceful, beautiful beings in my life from all walks of life. My own Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara, Raghupati Yogi, Ram Surat Kumar, at least all these names I uttered, they are all not bound by certain responsibility or organization or organized living. But living inside the organization, very organized living, but very graceful beings I have seen. Srimad Swami Gautamananda ji. He is still alive. If you are in Chennai or Tamil Nadu, never miss having his darshan. He lives in Chennai, Mailapur, Ramakrishna Mat. Tiruchi Swami, Kailashashram. Of course, Tiruchi Swami is not in the body. He has attained Jiva Samadhi. Some of these beings, especially Srimad Swami Gautamananda ji, is within the organization. Very organized living. But I have seen him in close quarters. The kind of the conscious sovereignty he manifests. An absolute clarity. Extremely powerful understanding of Vedanta, highest truths, unimaginable. Same way, Swami Kamalatmananda, he is still alive. He is the head of the Madurai Ramakrishna Mat. I had the fortune of sitting at his feet and learning. He radiates the grace of Shiva Bhakti. I have seen such wonderful people in my life who demonstrated, who proved that conscious sovereignty, manifesting it, living it is possible in all walks of life. In all walks of life. Whether you are a free living individual or living in an organization or even married and living with wife, a householder life. I have seen so many graceful people in my life radiating conscious sovereignty. Listen carefully. Some of the greatest revelations I received from my Guru, Arunagiri Yogeshwara. And when I started implementing it in my life. And when I started teaching, and when my disciples who are initiated by me, when they started implementing in their life, and when they came back and gave me the feedback, the right, wrong, good, bad, success, failure, compilation of all this knowledge, the essence of all this I am sharing with you all. So listen, understand. 3 things I wanted to convey. Conscious sovereignty brings not just health for the way you want to live your life. Conscious sovereignty not just brings freedom, it brings freedom with a purpose. For example, when you are suffering with diabetes, eating sugar is not freedom, it is a suicide. You can't say, oh, can't I even have a freedom to eat sugar? People cry, saying, are they kept in prison? Don't they have the freedom to eat sugar? Hey, listen. When you are having diabetic, freedom to eat sugar is not freedom, it is suicide. Freedom to have the food for your health in a tasty way is freedom. Freedom to do what you want with the right purpose is freedom. See, realizing the right purpose of your life and having freedom to live it, progress towards it is freedom. I feel so happy when I see Soumya and her mother, both of them in the Hyderabad, when they come and religiously they will sit. Especially mother is elderly person, but even if she feels little sleepy, because now it's already 11 o'clock late night in India, but I have never seen her missing the satsang. Actually, this is freedom. Even some of the Adinavasis are not that regular. They try to crib, saying, oh, are we put in jail or what? Anytime the satsang, we will have to come and sit or what? 11 o'clock, are we not having freedom to sleep? Hey, when there is a satsang going on, if you have all the infrastructure and you are freed from all other work or responsibility to attend the satsang is the real freedom. So freedom with a purpose. Understand? Freedom for your purpose is the freedom. Health for your purpose is health. Wealth for your purpose is wealth. I tell you, last 3 years studying many different ideas about economy and many different countries' economy policies, how it is geopolitical centered, how it is the ideology like communism or socialism or capitalism centered, and how various countries function their economy. There are some countries which gives high interest for deposits. There are some countries which gives minus interest, means they take money from you to keep your money. So all kinds of economies I studied. I wanted to tell you all few things. It is actually knowing your higher purpose, conscious sovereignty makes you really wealthy. I tell you, still planet Earth functions based on Varnashrama Dharma. Cosmos functions on Varnashrama Dharma. After studying so many countries' economical policies, how the economies are kept alive, to come up with a right economical policy closest to Veda-agamas. See, I wanted to implement the Veda-agamas as it is, map it as it is. So the closest possible structure on which I can map, so I can fine-tune the whole thing to focus as Paramashiva wanted, the whole Vedagamic civilization. So I have spent huge resources, energy, time, ultimately Paramashiva's blessings and samadhi and revelations he gives in samadhi. With everything I thoroughly analyzed, I came to the realization, planet Earth runs based on Varnashrama Dharma. Wherever Vaishyas exist with their Vaishya Dharma, that nations become wealthy. The economical intellectuals, their thought currents, and the ecosystem they want to nourish. I am studying the Japanese economical intellectuals and the ecosystem they are nourishing. The US economical intellectuals and the ecosystem they are nourishing. The Indian economical intellectuals and the ecosystem they are nourishing. All this I studied. Finally, I realized, I could see clearly what exactly Paramashiva revealed in Vedas and Agamas and penned down in Dharmashastras. That exact Varnashrama Dharma is the most successful strategy for life. I was studying elaborately. I'll give you just understandings. This will be directly useful for your life. there are many countries which attract the investments which is not needed for them. Those investments become load on them, and then they try to lend with less interest rate just to rotate that money and keep that money circulating because they don't know what to do. And those loans become NPAs, non-performing assets, in 3 to 5 years. It's a vicious circle. They are caught in vicious circle, having wealth without purpose. The conscious sovereignty is not nourished. Listen. If the conscious sovereignty in you is nourished, you build muscles, not fat. You build strength, not load. Same way in your economic principles. I am not saying money is bad. Be very clear. Money is good when you have the purpose. If not, you will not know what to do with it. I have always seen how the Indian middle class people think, first let me become engineer, then I will think what I want to become in my life. By the time you become engineer, you are already a fool and you don't know what to do with your life. And you don't even see, actually, after completely dampening you with the dumbest ideas and all outdated machineries which can be seen only in museum. Only those machines you will see in your workshops when you study engineering. The great museum pieces. Only after all this is done, the certificate engineer is given to you. So by the time you absolutely develop the mentality of extremely non-involving and lazy, and your expectation, just because you are here, the society should serve you. That mentality is the source of all corruption you find anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Listen carefully. Many times, just like Indian middle class mind thinks, oh, let me become first engineer, then I'll think what I want to become, what I want to do in my life. Same way, you guys think, let me first just acquire money, then I will do what I want to do with that money. No. First, have conscious sovereignty. The society has become such now, none of you are in poverty and none of you are going to die without food. The moment you found your basic needs, food, shelter, clothes, focus on conscious sovereignty, realizing the core purpose of your existence. That will tell you the purpose for which you want wealth. So when you start working for wealth itself, you will continue to fulfill the purpose. So your life itself will be a joy. Your path and goal will be one and the same. You will be enjoying the very path, not waiting for the goal to celebrate your life. The path itself becomes celebration. I tell you, person who made path itself as a celebration lives in eternal vacation. See, I live in eternal vacation. I work 24/7 and I live in eternal vacation. I work actually 24/7 in multiple dimensions, multiple time zones, not just horizontal time zones, vertical time zones also. Understand, especially if you are young. When I say young, connected with me below 30. If you are connected with me below 30, you are eternally young. I will never let you age. I don't like getting aged. I like getting matured, but I don't like getting old or getting aged. So I will not do anything to you which I don't like. I will keep you eternally young. If you met me before 30, you are blessed. This is the time to find conscious sovereignty. Focus on that. If you met me before 30, I make you 16 and keep you 16 ever. Listen. When you find the idea of conscious sovereignty, you will never do the stupidity of questioning your life. Oh, why can't I eat sugar? Eating sugar is not wrong. But when you have diabetes, eating sugar is suicidal. So you are not controlled saying don't take sugar. You are protected. With the understanding taking sugar is suicidal when you are diabetic. Even otherwise, taking sugar is not good for health. That is separate. I am telling you, listen. People think, let me find wealth, then I'll decide what I want to do. Hey, by the time you find wealth, you abused you and built a wrong mental setup. When will you break that? That breaking that becomes a big headache. I tell you, with conscious sovereignty, if you find wealth, you will live in absolute aparigraha. I tell you. Listen, I have seen some of the most graceful beings demonstrating minimalist lifestyle, literally having the amount of wealth equivalent to kings. Whether Tiruchi Swami is the founder and head of the Kailasha Mahasamsthana in Bangalore, which has branches all over India. He built a beautiful Devi temple which is literally now golden temple. The whole Garbhagriha, Vimanam is golden and Garbhamandir is golden. He literally built a golden temple for Devi. And the amount of wealth around him and the minimalist life he lived, he had everything, including golden throne, crown, jewels, everything. He will sit in the golden throne, silver throne, on those timings when he is receiving the Pada Puja or when he is doing his responsibilities. But in his personal life, he will not take one more extra betel leaf from his own garden. He will not waste one betel leaf from his own garden. And he will not get the third set of dress for his personal room. I asked him once, Swami, it is all for you. Why can't we have the few more sets of dress? He told in Tamil, hey, சிம்மாசனம் கொடை சப்பரம் சாமரம் எல்லாம் நமக்கு வேலை, உரிமை இல்லை, உடமை இல்லை. Means the palki, all the umbrella, paraphernalia, throne, all that is our job, responsibility. Neither right, means neither we are the owners, nor it is ours. Listen. When you find conscious sovereignty, you will have the ultimate clarity about wealth. Why wealth? And you will accumulate it with the right mental setup. Wealth will never bind you. It will only be under you. It can never imbalance you or delude you, make you behave, think unscientifically. Listen. Wealth is one of the drug. Can make you think irrationally and unscientifically. When the greed for wealth enters, you commit crimes which will not allow end of the day for you to enjoy the wealth, even if you acquire. That's a funny thing. Listen, greed for wealth is nothing but unconscious lifestyle. The conscious sovereignty will make you realize purpose of everything, purpose of health, purpose of wealth. See, what is the purpose of my health? I should be able to sit in Padmasana for any number of hours I want to sit, and my brain should be fresh, alive, to download the Akashic records and radiate it, share it with you all. That's all is the purpose of my health. So because I know the purpose, I keep myself healthy for that purpose. Over. My purpose is my body should cooperate with me to be in samadhi continuously and sit and initiate people, teach people whenever I want to do. That's all. Because the purpose is clear. I keep myself healthy for that. Many times, people want to be healthy, they start building six-pack, gymming, bodybuilding, all that. But after a few days, that six-pack and muscles, bodybuilding, the showing, that becomes so important and addictive. People take the banned drugs, steroids to look and lose health. Please understand, there are many people who build body so unconsciously without knowing the purpose, they lose the body itself in the process of building the body. See how many bodybuilders die. By taking the wrong drugs, steroids to show. I tell you, same way, wealth. There are so many people unconsciously acquired wealth and don't know what to do. That load kills them. Our people around them exploit them, bind them, destroy their life, and life is lost. So in every level, conscious sovereignty is the first truth you should start experiencing. This should be your priority. Understand? Not just wealth, purpose of wealth. Not just health, purpose of health. Not just living unconsciously, purpose why you exist is the basic need for life. Listen. Delusion is suicidal. Delusion is suicidal. In every level, delusion is suicidal. I have seen people, the most graceful people, and I have also seen most stupid people. I have seen people not just talking something in the morning, talking something in the evening. Even in one conversation, the beginning they will talk some logic, and just in few statements they will completely opposite to the logic with which they started. I have seen sometimes people having one logic and talking for the other logic. I have seen that level loses. That kind of deluded people. Those are the moments I feel compassionate for myself. I feel really compassionate for myself. Anyhow, I think now everyone feels, is this me? Is this me? Is this me Swamiji is talking about? Is Swamiji thinking of me and telling this statement? Is Swamiji thinking of me and telling this statement? Anyhow, listen. I have seen all kinds of people. With my experience, I wanted you to know, time spent on understanding conscious sovereignty is the best time spent. Understand? Listen. Even manifesting powers manifest the right power for your purpose. Understand? The purpose you want to exist. I tell you, if you find the conscious sovereignty, you will just feel eternally young. See, finding conscious sovereignty is not some difficult. You just need to know the larger purpose of your existence. Just be scientific, logical, rational to your higher purpose, larger purpose. Stop the shitty idea of you have only one life. That is the biggest shit dumped on you. You have been brainwashed with unwashable shit called you have only one life. Drop that shit. Your consciousness, assuming bodies after bodies, till you achieve your absolute conscious sovereignty. These are fundamental cosmic truths. Start looking at your life with these fundamental cosmic truths. Understand? Stop associating yourself with the delusion or the impact of drug called delusion on your brain as you. See, the impact of the delusion drug on your brain forms a fog called mind. You associate yourself with that and make your life's decisions, which is absolute unscientific. Listen, absolute unscientific. Understand that. Just listen. Be scientifically scientific. Logically logical. Rationally rational. As I said just now, Tirichi Swamigal or Swami Gautamanandaji, the wealth around them is much more than kings will have. But they lived such absolute minimalist lifestyle. Because they know the purpose of wealth. I learnt exactly that from my gurus. Kings living minimalistic lifestyle is possible only in Hindu tradition. Because if you know the conscious sovereignty, you will know the minimalistic lifestyle is powerful. It's an absolute power. This whole Chaturmasya, I name it as conscious sovereignty Chaturmasya. Manifesting powers through conscious sovereignty. See, manifest the right powers. There are many powers you may not need. That may just become load on you. Manifest the right power. Especially manifest powers by breaking the prenatal patterns called karma and postnatal karma called patterns. Break them and manifest powers. You will know exactly what kind of powers you need. If you are addicted to food pattern, break them. Then you will see the Nirahara manifest as a power, and not only you become healthy and you are free from addictions, you live long. Listen. If you are addicted to food patterns, I have a great news for you. Break those addictions through proper Nirahara Samyama step by step and manifest powers. You will see not only you become healthy, you will live long. Because anything which addicts you, binds you, that pattern shows you the secret key for the powers you need to manifest. If you are greedy, bound by greed, deluded by greed, doesn't want to take responsibility, but you want everything, start practicing minimalistic lifestyle. You will manifest so much wealth, and you will enjoy the wealth, not wealth will be enjoying you. I tell you, many people just do watchman job, night watchman job, without sleeping, protecting their wealth. So they are not using the wealth. Wealth is using them. People who are not able to sleep due to their worries about wealth, they are not enjoying the wealth. Wealth is enjoying them. Like first few days, you smoke. Then cigarette smokes you. Understand what I am trying to tell you. Many times your delusion shows bad people as your friend, good people as your enemies. The pressure of hormones, chemicals, frustrations inside you. Deludes you so badly. Conscious sovereignty is the only solution. Break from all postnatal, prenatal patterns. List all the prenatal, postnatal patterns and karmas binding you. Those patterns hold the secret key. What powers you should manifest and what kind of powers is right for you. I'll give you a few minutes. I'll give you Shaktipada and be here with you all to help you all to identify your patterns, break them, and manifest as powers. Let's start. First day. Conscious sovereignty, power manifestation process in this Chaturmasya. Get paper and pen, sit. Pen down all the patterns which chains you, binds you. Start writing.
அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் பூவுலகிற்கு வந்தம்மை ஆட்கொள்ள தேவர்களை காத்திட வைத்தான் தாயாய் பேரருள் புரிய உடல் ரோமம் சிலிர்த்திட நித்யனாய் வந்து அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரம ஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த நமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் வித்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரம ஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த நமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் உள்ளும் புறமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடி தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் உள்ளும் புறமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடி தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்ப்பித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் ஆப்த வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்ப்பித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புண்ணிய கேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை மூலத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுட ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் புண்ணிய கேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை மூலத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுட ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் உப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூலம் காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டர் கருள்வான் உப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூலம் காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டர் கருள்வான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் பேரறிவு பொருள் நித்யன் உலகாளும் ஊரை மன்னவர் கழித்தவன் அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரனாக அருள் செய்திட்டே எம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடும் நித்யன் பேரறிவு பொருள் நித்யன் உலகாலும் ஊரை மன்னவர் கழித்தவன் அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரனாக அருள் செய்திட்டே எம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் பிறவி பிறவியாய் தேவர்கள் பரம்பொருளான பரமனையை தேட ஈசன் பிறவாமல் ஆட்கொண்டு எம்மை ஒரு தத்துவம் தன்னை உரைத்திட நித்யனாய் பிறவி பிறவியாய் தேவர்கள் பரம்பொருளான பரமனையை தேட ஈசன் பிறவாமல் ஆட்கொண்டு எம்மை ஒரு தத்துவம் தன்னை உரைத்திட நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் எண்ணிலா வடிவமுடையவன் எண்ணும் எண்ணம் கடந்த முதற் பொருளானவன் பிறவி எழுத்தே சலிக்க அருள் தாகத்தை தீர்த்தன் வினைகள் களைந்தான் எண்ணிலா வடிவமுடையவன் என்னும் எண்ணம் கடந்த முதற் பொருளானவன் பிறவி எழுத்தே சலிக்க அருள் தாகத்தை தீர்த்தன் வினைகள் களைந்தான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் ஆனந்தமாய் என்னுள் நித்யன் முக்தி மார்க்கத்தை காட்டி விட்டிருந்தருள்வான் மாலையன் காணாத சோதியன் தெளித்தேனாய் நித்திட ஞானம் அருள்வான் ஆனந்தமாய் என்னுள் நித்யன் முக்தி மார்க்கத்தை காட்டி விட்டிருந்தருள்வான் மாலையன் காணாத சோதியன் தெளித்தேனாய் நித்திட ஞானம் அருள்வான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் வெற்றி குதிரை எதியே அடியார்கள் கூரைகளை ஏற்கின்ற நித்யன் சூழும் உறவினரோடு வந்த பாசந்தானை யாரு தேயம்மை காப்பான் வெற்றி குதிரை எதியே அடியார்கள் கூரைகளை ஏற்கின்ற நித்யன் சூழும் உறவினரோடு வந்த பாசந்தானை யாரு தேயம்மை காப்பான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யனை பற்றுவதொன்றே உபாயம் என்பதானால் பற்றி பிடித்தோம் நித்யன் பாதம் ஒன்றே சதம் அவன் நாமம் சொல்லியே நித்யானந்தம் கொள்ளுவோம் நித்யனை பற்றுவதொன்றே உபாயம் என்பதானால் பற்றி பிடித்தோம் நித்யம் பாதம் ஒன்றே சதம் அவன் நாமம் சொல்லியே நித்யானந்தம் கொள்ளுவோம் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான்
ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಸಿಂಗ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಸಿಂಗ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಸಿಂಗ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಸಿಂಗ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಸಿಂಗ ಧ್ಯಾನ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ತಿಂಗಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಸತ್ಯವೇಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ವೇದ ರೂಪಣೆ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯನಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಸತ್ಯವೇಂದನೇ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ವೇದ ರೂಪಣೆ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನೇ.
Bless you all as a living, complete manifestation, as a living Purnavatara of Paramashiva. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, collective integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramadvaitam, Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the state, space, being, powers, superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामला पीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागम
Nityanandam, Jnanapadati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshmyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained what is power manifestation. Power manifestation is a cognitive shift, becoming alive, consciousness as real, Paramashiva as real. The science of power manifestation, it's a science because millions have experienced that and each one of us can experience that. Science of power manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. The pramanas, the evidence gives us the cognitive shift beyond the mind as consciousness is real to experience the superconscious space, who we are. The Pramanas, the Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures as Vedas and the Agamas. Vedas are the pure science and Agamas the applied science. Apta Pramana, the experiencing the results of the Aptas. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, are the emperors, the Grahasthas. Millions have manifested the powers of Paramashiva. They are the authority of Hinduism. Atma Pramana, personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagavan's very own Leela to showcase that to the world, Paramashiva is real. He plays the Leela to make us understand that by having the cognitive shift, we can experience the superconscious space that consciousness is real, Paramashiva is real. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple devotees, followers all around the world, initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully says how the Kailash courtyard is like a Garbha Mandir, and whoever comes, he will manifest through them as consciousness once they connect with him in the oneness space. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given how we can experience the superconscious space, the prefrontal cortex becomes so alive and start manifesting as reality. The Pratyaksha Pramana clearly is documented in Avatar Shastra. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana for the power of teleportation.
यथा हि अर्थो स्फुटो दृष्ट सावधानेऽपि चेतसि भूयः स्फुटतरो भाति स्वबलोद्योगभावितः तथा यत्परमार्थेन येन यत्र यथा स्थितं तत्तथा बलमाक्रम्य न चिरात् सम्प्रवर्तते.
Sorry about that. I just saw. Indeed, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, just as the object or static matter, which in spite of the attentiveness of the mind is perceived and seen indistinctly at first, then it appears and manifests more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one's third eye, the spanda, and how the dynamic activity, the highest essential nature of oneness with Paramashiva, when you are in the oneness with Paramashiva, and simply whatever and wherever and whatever thing you perceive becomes the reality. The strategic existence becomes the very nature, how you exist. Bhagavan Paramashiva is giving us the powerful cognition that how the reality appears, how we perceive ourselves in the world. Whatever we perceive in the world is the matter, which is the Paramashiva space. And whatever we are perceiving as action, dynamic activity is Parashakti. And who you are is perceiver, who is perceiving all this which creates your identity through the mind, which is the strategic existence. And he says clearly that the mind creates the identity does not create the mind. For example, you are in a school, you are in a college, you are a student, you are at home, you are a spouse, or you are a daughter or a son. Your identity changes and everything changes in you as you perceive the outer world. So outer world creates your identity. First, he clarifies that the outer world, when you complete with the outer world, simply your identity also gets complete. That's what Krishna says to Uddhava. Uddhava says, I have always lived with you. What is the last thing you want to say before you leave? And Krishna beautifully says that all that I want to give you, the essence of everything is see everyone as Krishna. Simply you will be in the space of Krishna. So when you perceive everybody as Paramashiva and you see the Paramashiva space in each and every one, you become Paramashiva. Everybody is resonating with Paramashiva as the basic reality. From that, they are also creating those identities from what they perceive. But the very nature of everybody is Paramashiva. When we start recognizing we are not just the matter, we are not just the body or the mind, the identity simply settles down that Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. Bhagavan Paramashiva has beautifully given us the Apta Pramana, where Sai Baba is materializing all these great truth into reality. He says, when I meet somebody and simply my hand shakes and whatever appears, I offer to that person. Baba once was with Vajpayee. Vajpayee asked, what is bhakti? And there was a student with a glass of water. And when the student came by, he just told the student, drop the whole tray. And the student just obeyed him and dropped the tray. And he told Vajpayee, this is bhakti. When you are ready to listen to Guru, as Guru Vak is your life, simply you experience bhakti. Paramashiva here beautifully explains the higher cognition
and its benefits to humanity. Let me explain the science of teleportation. All objects are energy particles. It can be dismantled and assembled again. By the same energy. All the objects are made out of energy. So energy can be dismantled, moved, assembled anywhere, as the whole base remains as energy. What is its benefit to humanity? See, when somebody receives some teleported material in their hand or in their body, or sits in the presence of a place where the receiving is happening, the whole space vibrates in the highest frequency. By whom teleportation happens? The other day the scientists were explaining to me, A is a teleporter, B is a teleported object, C is the place where it is teleported. B and C vibrates the same frequency of A, only then the B disappears in B place and appears in C place. So when there is a teleportation happening in your hand or in your presence, your very body and mind raises to the highest frequency. That is the benefit to humanity. And that object itself is not a big thing. Of course, now I started materializing diamond. Man, it will look big thing. But for me, the pebble stone and the diamond is one and the same. Only for the people who value diamond, it is diamond. All right, today I will materialize a pebble stone. You'll see, that's all. Ramakrishna says, taka, mati, mati, taka. Money is mud, mud is money. It's just a utility value. Some places the mud is useful, some places money is useful. See, now I'm having mud pack for the digestion in the stomach. You can't have money pack. Same way, at some places, money will be useful, mud will not be useful. So it's all just utility. The object teleported itself does not matter much. It is just little vibhuti or kumkum or all that. But the vibration of teleportation is something extraordinary. Please understand. Dismantling and assembling can happen only in Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha means where the creation has happened. The cosmic mother's womb, Jagat Janani, Meenakshi. So now, when I am doing the dismantling and assembling, teleporting or materializing, this whole area becomes the Hiranyagarbha, the intense presence of Jagat Janani, mother of the universe. Divine feminine consciousness. So when you sit inside, mind also goes through a great transformation. Amazing transformation. All you need to do is pick up these ideas and just put, you don't even need to put much effort, just decide, you will start living, that's it, nothing else. See, when you are in somebody's presence who is melting diamonds, can't he melt the little bit of mud in your brain? He can. His words becomes a strong self-interest of your system. Understand? Whatever I am uttering, it becomes your own interest. Only your belief, no, it is not. I should have my own interest. That is what is the only impediment. Take it up, decide for what I am saying. Immediately you will express whatever I am saying, that you are independent, intelligent, enlightened, Swayam Prakasa, self-illuminating. You will experience it. And not only that, all the positive things of those experiences will start expressing in your life. Just all you need to do is make a decision to vote for what I am saying, nothing else. It becomes, you will suddenly discover, this is your self-interest, your muscle memory. This is your very innermost intelligence. You are fighting with it for such a long time, foolishly. Just if you sit in the presence of a master space where the teleportation, materialization, like this high intense activities are going on, your brain will pick up many extraordinary capacities. The non-mechanical parts of your brain will be available. To make this available to the mass, I have designed a new program called High Tech, High Achievers Technology. I am launching that program today. You can go to our website to get more details. It is a 30 days. Every day morning they sit with me. I can say it is an Indian version of Inner Awakening. Economy version of Indian Inner Awakening. 30-day morning they will sit. They will be made to experience the non-mechanical parts of the brain, which is awakened in high achievers, especially for the worldly success. What do you call social success? The teleportation or materialization is directly useful because of the highest frequency. in which the happenings are happening, the frequency where you are there for the happening, the energy field where this kind of materials getting dismantled, moved, appeared, all these things happens. When you go and sit there, the information teleportation also happens to you. Please understand. More than a money teleportation or the object teleportation, when I say money, I am not meaning currency, I am saying some object. Money valued object. The information teleportation also a great process.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained how manifestation happens, teleportation happens. You can listen to the Balasans now, how he manifested the power of teleportation while doing the Alankar. Sundareshwara Maharaj now explains of manifesting the powers during the Alankar. Most of the Balasans have manifested many of the powers during the Alankar of the deity.
21 minutes, I sent him the list of what all are going to get materialized, which body part is going to get materialized. And exactly 21 minutes later, I got a call from him telling that all these things have materialized in different places of the deities. So you can now see it on the screen. So you can now see on the screen the different types of things which...
Here you can see on the foot, you can see near the thumb, the Vibhuti has materialized. Like this, many of the parts of the deity had the materialization happen. And simply all these Balasans mastered the science of materialization, teleportation, just like a play, how they would play if you give them a doll. It was just like that. And courtyard, they manifested many more powers of materializing and teleporting. They would keep the object in a closed container and move it to another closed container. This was witnessed by the Nityananda Yogam participants. Of many of them experienced in their hand Vibhuti, Kumkum, and in their hand they experienced all this prasada. So today we are going to teleport to others who are there in the social media. And you can call some partner in a distance also and tell them they will receive any Vibhuti or Kumkum, or the deity, the Atmamurti in their home will receive it. So you can teleport it to the Atmamurti in their house, or the person, if they are doing meditation or puja, you can teleport it to them, or you can teleport it to any of your partners in the social media you're connected to also. And you can share it how you experienced the oneness with Paramashiva at the end of the cycle. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line and bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Again and again, bring Paramashiva. The visualization, the verbalization that Bhagavan said about teleporting. If you can change your direction to the direction of the banyan tree, that will be more beautiful. Because Bhagavan always says, whenever you teleport, it goes to the banyan tree and then comes to Bhagavan's Anandagandha and comes back to the place where you are teleporting. So you're going to teleport to a long distance, but still you can clean up your place and take a picture that nothing is there, nor in your hands, nor anywhere on your deities or on the laptop, so that everything is clean and you don't have any doubt at the end that you have manifested or it was already there. So make sure everything is clean and absolute unclutch from the outer world. How you unclutch and go to the deep sleep. Same way, unclutch completely from the outer world, experiencing only the oneness with Paramashiva. Again and again, Bhagavan says, when you are experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva, even for few seconds, you bring so much of auspiciousness, abundance and bliss. Just watching Bhagavan, like how you watch the outer world. When you go to a school, you watch a teacher, you become the student. When you watch your family people, you are part of your family. When you watch Bhagwan in the complete space of complete nothingness, and you will also experience that oneness and that nothingness in a highest frequency. When you start chanting the Mahavakya from your navel center with a deep listening, you will experience that as your experience, how you experience the deep sleep. You will experience Paramashiva as reality and sit with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands, so aware. Only when you have 25 heads you will be so aware. Again and again bring your awareness to the listening and bring yourself back to Bhagwan's oneness capsule. Except for Bhagwan, don't have any other thought, because thought is like Bhagwan says food, and your identity is like consuming the food. It creates more and more patterns. So your identity which is consuming should be stopped. So when you stop the food completely, you know that Paramashiva is real. The only thing what you're going to do now is chant the Mahavakya intensely from your navel center with a deep listening and entangle with Bhagwan in the beautiful bhava that you are Paramashiva. Let's start manifesting the power of teleportation.
Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Beautifully, whatever you experience, authentically take a picture so that you can post it in the social media. All these greater signs Bhagwan is giving us as prasada. Whoever is receiving the prasada can share with the world, and it simply heals. And how Bhagwan said, your non-mechanical part of the brain, the superconscious space of the brain, brings you out of all the miseries and brings you to the powerful space of oneness, creating so much of auspiciousness, abundance, and bliss. The more and more you perceive Paramashiva is real, more and more auspiciousness simply becomes your reality. Bhagavan says when you manifest powers, literally Saraswati and Lakshmi becomes your own, and they manifest whatever you want as reality. So all these greater signs that Bhagavan is giving us, when we are integrated to Bhagavan, Guru Vak is life, simply we experience the ultimate bliss. All this brings so much of health and so much of completion just by sitting in these sessions, Bhagavan says, because so much of vibration is happening as the higher consciousness. It's like sitting in the Garbhamandir, Tirupati Garbhamandir, or the Arunachala Garbhamandir itself. how Bhagwan resides in these Garbha Mandir and manifests through each one of us, bringing so much of auspiciousness. Realize that Paramashiva is real. So we'll have one more cycle of manifesting these powers of Paramashiva. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line and connect to Paramashiva. Clearly see where you're going to manifest the powers and take a picture before, after cleaning everything, and after it appears, you can take a picture and share it with the world. All this has happened many times. You can manifest, teleport Vibhuti, Kumkum. You can have it in a plate and teleport to many people at the realized the manifestation, the prasada they received from Bhagwan, and simply ask them to send a picture of that. So let's start the second.